Hello and welcome to another set of Enlighten minifigure series, and the boxes here are a bit bigger because every figure here has its own mini build, so that's pretty cool. Starting from the top left corner there, we have Fortune Teller. Next to him we have the Western King or Western Law person, whatever that's translated, so like a Western Lord. That's Western for China Western, not like in England and stuff, just like the West area. And next time we have a swordsman, a specific kind of Shadowless swordsman. So he's a super martial arts person who's so fast with the sword that you will not see a shadow or an image of it. We have a poison maker there, and we have the Beggar King, bottom left. After the Beggar King we have the Imperial Guard, and then we have a female assassin, and finally you have a Mongolian archer. Shows the figure in their sort of profile picture and the name of the set. There's some generic information on this side. All the back of the boxes have the same image of all the other figures in this set. The box again shows the figure and the build that you get inside. You also get a single sheet of instructions that's double-sided. First up we have the assassin here, and we've built a corner of a Chinese building. Just get it out of the way. We have a lantern here. We've got a window that doesn't quite shut correctly. Old Chinese buildings would just have wooden window panels, but they do shut correctly, so this thing's just not built correctly. Well, why is that? I can't shut it properly. It's just, yeah, that's annoying. You can shut it inside out just a little bit. And this one would have been nice if it was a transparent plastic, but it's not, and on the side it's just wall. So it only looks good from one side. Specially molded dagger for the assassin. Assassin's guard right there. Dark color, purple. Looks alright. Reminds me of the bounty hunter in Attack of the Clones that dies at the start. And yep, she's got a regular face on the other side without the cloth on her. So you can actually still sort of see her lips through the silk fabric face mask. The Poison Maker's base, not really sure what this is meant to be. It looks like a shield. It's just attached by a stud on the back. And this side there's a little bit area for the Poison Maker to stand up. The Poison Maker herself looks pretty good. She's got a little green whip, and that's not very good. It's got molding, excess plastic all over the place. Well, arms comes up quite easily. The print design on her is pretty good. Got some little pouches all over. Metallic print's pretty decent. Face tattoo looks pretty nice, and the wrap around her hair is also painted. Printed quality on the back is decent too, and she has a different facial expression. Again, it's original. It's based on official Lego, but they've altered it just enough that I think it's pretty good. And by the way, the hand joint is closer to Lego than some of the other bootlegs that just have the little peg, but this one has a little C-shaped thing going on. The Fortune Teller, the yin and yang thing going on there. He's got a little, just a wall section. This wall's meant to be probably a lot higher because he's just telling fortunes down an alleyway or the shopping center district or whatever. And you got a flag there to promote him and say, hey, I'm the Fortune Teller, come pay me stuff. And we have a rotating disc with more fortune-telling goodness. And the fortune teller himself looks like he's an older person. He's got some white beard and stuff. He's got a classic Chinese robe, Chinese hat. Does not have any back facial expression or back body print. So there it is. All his details are on the front. And he looks alright. I'm just gonna see him standing here. He's like selling, like, hey, I'll sell your fortune. It's not bollocks, seriously. Next we have a Western King with just a little bit of a background scenery, sure, some sort of temple thing or furnace maybe. And the Western King, and the instruction says calls him the Dharma King. He has a staff here. Yeah, the staff is custom mode, looks pretty good. That mustache beard there is also from the one where they made Zhang Fei. And he's got a custom headpiece that goes on top of his head that reminds me of something that they should have done with the Homer Simpson minifigure. But they don't have that. The print on torso is pretty nice, very colourful, sharp as well. And back look of the print, and top hair does have a little bit of print there as well. As well as a hit hole there for choking, for stopping kids from choking on it. So that's pretty awesome. Just plug him into the plate, and there we go. Next up is the Beggar. And he has a trolley cart here, and the reason why I called him the Beggar Lord earlier is because he has a green stick. Now in Chinese folklore, the Beggar King or Beggar Lord has a green stick that he passes on to each generation of the Beggar King and Lord. He's got a little like alcohol, such sort of wine bottle on his pouch there, and also got some other small pouches and stuff. The white hair piece is way too white, and he has a different angry expression on the back. His scouts also built pretty nice as well, just rolls very smoothly. There's a little bit just to hold it up. We have the Shadowless swordsman, and this looks like some sort of graveyard where the sword is buried, like a stand, altar, and looks pretty good. And yeah, this stone piece is printed very nicely as well. The figure himself, he has these 2 silver gauntlets that go onto his arm. You just plug them on. They look pretty good as well. Just plug him in there. And there's a spare one of those with him. The sword is a custom mold as well, and that looks pretty awesome. As for the figure himself, the face print, the overall print on him is pretty nice. Just turn him around. He has the word sword on his back, just in case it didn't rub your face in it, just enough, and a more determined face. The hairstyle is pretty good. Reminds me of the hairstyle that they could use with someone like Beggar or Balrog, depending which version of Street Fighter, the one with the mask. He's got a comb over on his right side. We have the archer guy. He has an archery board, of course, the target. It's built okay. I think the back comes out a little bit too much. Could maybe find a way to make it a bit smaller. And we have a cooking pot there. We've got some transparent pieces of plastic studs there to make it look like it's glowing with fire. And of course we have a bow and arrow. A pack of quivers, of course, for the figure himself. And there he is, just like, hey, what's up? He's got a little dagger in his belt. Looks very nice, actually. The design, got this whole like furry look, animal skin jacket thing that he's got there. And of course, this is based on a long time ago, so I'm fine with that. The Imperial Guard in the classics on Imperial Guard uniform, the Imperial Guard hat. I recognize that from some classic Chinese TV shows. And it's just a gate there, and you've got a gate text on the front, like the town gate, and on the back you've got the simple back print, gets the job done. The back of the gate doesn't look that good, it's just mainly for shows on this side, just the front display. This is actually a pretty nice set. First of all, it's original. It's a knockoff brand, but they're doing something on their own, and it's far enough from anything original Lego that you can just say this is original brick building toy. Yes, there's still minifigures, and yes, some of the parts are still Lego-ish, but anything that doesn't have a license is used by them, and anything else they created themselves. We've got lots of unique molds on headgear, accessories, as well as different pieces as well in the build that those are unique. We got printed pieces that are not stickers. We got all the different designs of the figures themselves are all unique as well. This is a very nice set. If you like classic Asia/China historical figures, this is a really must-get. All these figures are pretty nice, and there have been a few other sets out there from different bootleg brands that started building classical and traditional historical Chinese buildings, and this set would definitely complement those as well. I intend to pick up one of these big sets. They look like the few ones are actually modular building size, and those look very interesting. I really want one of those, and I think these figures will go in there very nicely as well. And so yeah, in terms of the plastic quality, the build, the bricks, they all come together very well. Throughout the video you saw nothing falling off or breaking apart. Maybe the lantern because it's just plugged on with one stud, but overall they stay okay. The minifigures themselves, the plastic feels good in the hand, the clutch overall is decent enough, and it's just that the arm to torso joints can be a little bit loose. They can come out very easily if you just pull on them, but if you don't, they stay in there pretty well. And yeah, overall, I think this is a pretty cool set. Lots of unique pieces that you won't get with Lego. Just pretty nice. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below. Of course, take care and have a nice day. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye now.